What's up, mensen? Hallo, hallo, hallo. Zijn we terug met Vampyr. Later ga ik nog je ding streamen. Hoe heet dat nu weer? Hoe heet dat? Ja, Rocket League. Maar nu hou ik dit spelen. Het laat wel heel traag, maar nu gaat hij doorlopen tot het einde. In 3, 2, 1. Voilà. Dat is het.
Sorry, sir, no admittance. Go on,
easy,
off you
boys.
jump.
We can deal with this, man. The power of the Lord commands you.
Yay, boy!
To each man his duty. Ours is to flush every hole without rack.
Best run alone, sir.
You don't have to start with the darkest holes first. This door's solid. Means someone serious about keeping people out. Worst place to look.
It's a leak. No! The beast. Christ! He's dead!
Nice. Echt een leuk spel hoor. Ik dacht nooit dat ik echt zo, maar dat is like een soort van Assassin's Creed-achtig, maar ook weer niet. Ik ben jammer dat ik geen Assassin's Creed meer heb. Of heb ik het wel nog, ik weet niet. Dan ga ik het nog een keer downloaden omdat ik het graag speel. Ik denk dat ik het verkocht heb. Oké. Black Ops 4, Ark, Minecraft, God of War, Spider-Man, Walking Dead Season 4, Call of Duty 3, Rainbow Six Siege, Plants vs Zombies en The Walking Dead Season 1, 2, 3 en 400 Days.
It's locked, all right.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
That doesn't work.
Gate should shut properly now.
I cannot enter.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity. Respect the laws of Ascalon! Once you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds while singing your name! The hand that crushes all! I shall tear you apart and spill my blood to the pissing wells! Down, stay down. Dare to return to your apartment, creator.
Dat meme dan nu dit al fuck.
At least one Skal escaped Virgil's wrath. How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Skull. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you, she is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master. Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us?
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Keep your distance, Echo. Keep your distance, Echo. Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages.
Your spell is enticing.
How sweet of it. I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time.
Supremacy of Econs. It's no coincidence that Econs are the most immense and most numerous of all vampires. Econs are the true aristocracy of immortals, and if I may add, they are the only ones able to stay all at the top of the food chain. Everywhere I traveled, I only met Econs assuming mortal lives or forming an immortal society. Econs are the most human, most clever, and most educated of all vampires. Don't get me wrong here. I have nothing against more exotic species like Volkods who share the gift of immortality with us. Most of them can prove useful if properly canalized toward a clear goal, but they lack the most important trait of all, the ability to mingle with mortals without being spoiled. Therefore, the Ascalon Club should only accept Econ of the highest lineage as a member of its inner circle. Depending on circumstances, full gods would be accepted as war dogs or hunting hounds as long as they obey our law. Luckily, none of these lesser cousins have the natural tendency to submit and obey their masters. From the law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. Quest Ottoma's.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor.
So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness, quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Dat is nog vriendelijk. Oh.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she's a skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Sean Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
We meet again someday in the past and in the future. Is this his scowls?
We're at your mercy.
Will you end us? Your place is not here.
Hey asshole, kan ben rätt i smack kläder för kan det slag. Smackar hela hemmet.
You're spared and enticing.
That's a creepy ass fuck.
It's locked, all right. Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
Nice.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us? The vampire hunters will never find us here.
Kom följa hans höjd och nu direkt.
I cannot enter.
Okay, nice. Nice. Nu dat, ja, nice. Where's it?
It's locked, all right.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the Skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I haven't the luxury of being able to satisfy my hunger on staunch blood and lifeless flesh.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
I really would like to believe your fairy tale. The good ghoul feeding upon the flesh of the dead. But I'm all out of innocence.
Do you question my faith, Dr. Reed?
Do you remember William? Oh, how his admiration for you was exceeded only by his hunger.
May his soul rest in peace.
A night will come, and you will suffer the same hunger. Someone who trusts you completely, a friend, will die never to wake.
You confuse your voracious appetite with my itchy hunger. I would never kill a friend, nor an innocent.
I believe you've discovered our defining difference.
No! No! Ah!
Ik zie dat ze bedoelde met embrace. Ik dacht dat... En wie is het dan? Hier.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No, I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
That the awful woman's screams.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Ik ga dat wel laten nog keer. Had er iemand dat ik zo leuk vind?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really?
What a bitch!
Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask me.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
En is dat ook Paxton? Is het ook Paxton, nee? Ah ja, Lottie Paxton. Ik vind die Lottie toch al veel nicer dingen dan die bitch.
It's locked, all right.
De hele andere kant op.
snakes! There's one of them vermin!
It's vermin just killed your ass, bitch! You just kicked your ass, you fucking asshole! You missed me, little bitch.
"29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me?"
His dead mother.
There's been a fight here. This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that?
Jesus, dat is veel bloed.
Where does this blood trail lead?
Stay away!
So much blood.
Are you dead?
Whoever was killed got dried out.
You're surprising. Occasionally.
Steady, boys! We've got
Only a golden watch in her pockets. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
Is zijn moeder een winter, of denk ik het niet?
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family.
I see you.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
Jonathan.
What was that? I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you. They've all been butchered.
Oh, there's a bitch and there's
I can still sense a presence.
too hard.
Come to me.
Wat denk ik doe maar, you retarded woman.
I feel someone's eyes upon my neck. I have this thirst for blood.
In the name of Christ, someone help me! You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling.
This
all
bitch is
dead.
still alive!
Good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary, I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for
Mary,
me.
wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
Oh, so that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. You left me to rot in this grave! You said the partner saved, but not your own Mary. Come to me, Jonathan. Your blood free. Final thoughts are just to die for. Abomination.
Forse you have been defeated. If you're not strong enough, remember that the rules is the fastest way to evolve. Dunk! En onze eerste boss battle. Door onze eigen zuster. Our own sister.
Christ! Someone help me!
rot in this grave! Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your truth. What have you done? Abomination! You've spared the precious Nurse Crane, but not your own Mary.
Sorry, Lord.
Rest. Kinslayer!
Kan ik healen? Ah, hier. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'll show you the same kindness you showed Sean. Come to me, Jonathan.
You're a little bitch. No, I just want to come to you.
Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
Nani, she's finally dead again. This bitch. Nice. A few nights later ben ik weer in de hospitaal. Ik wil er echt niet naartoe lopen. Als ze mij nog niet kan verslaan, kan ze sowieso die Lady Ashbury. Kan ze sowieso dat niet verslaan. Ze is al langer vampire dan Dr. Reed. Oei! Oei! Dit is slap. Slap nog steeds. Nani?
Blood.
Blood.
As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister. I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Dr. Reed, I hope this letter will quickly find you, for I need to speak to you as soon as possible. The situation evolving very quickly in the West End, and I'm convinced we are all now in great danger. The Guard of Prewin has launched a great hunt in London, and for a few nights they have been actively searching and killing any icon they can locate. Lord Redgrave, chairman of the Ascalon Club, recently contacted me and he wishes to meet you immediately. Please come to my mansion any night that suits you. We must discuss all of this. With this letter you will find an official pass that will allow you to go through any barricade or quarantine point throughout the city. Your friend, Lady Ashbury. Okay. You. Ah, ik heb een bloed. Treatments. Welke heb ik er niet zoveel van? Ja, deze moet ik nog even maken. Hopla, en nu ga ik even mijn stats upgraden hier. Ah ja, bloedcapaciteit ga ik omhoog doen. Ik heb 8000, dus ik moet niet laten. Ik kan een paar levels omhoog gaan. Met level 5 misschien. Ja, en dan kan ik deze, dat deze ook nog veel meer loot krijgt ervan. 20%. 40%, 60% invloed, 80%, dan kan ik nog wel 100%. Mijn HP mag omhoog, ben ik, ja, dat mag ook omhoog, tot, ja, hier, stamina mag ook omhoog, die zit al op 5, zeg maar. Dat ik meer bullets kan doen, oké. Oké, voilà. Oh, er zijn veel mensen ziek. Die heeft er fatigue, 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 cold, migraine, fatigue, fatigue, cold. Oké. Heb ik nog genoeg fatigue potions? Ik heb er nog niet. Oké, dus
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Harry Fiddick.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Ik ga deze guy gewoon fucking beten. Ik maak hem kapot. Goed kapot. Hier ben ik fatigued.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think you caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling inside, Dr. Reed.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
But the
En zijn
suffering
je al
continues.
opgekust? Ah, ze heeft wel opgekust, oké. Ah, daar. Milton Hooks.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. But thanks anyway.
Nee, ik val niet ziek, want ik ben een vampier. Ik kan niet doodgaan, Jezus, smet. Dat als ik ziek word, dan moet ik niet eens zorg maken of ik dood ga of niet. Dat iedereen was, behalve die, die? Ah, je hebt ook fatigued.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
You know, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
We survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best.
Oh shit.
Fuck the war, right? And fuck them all.
Fuck the war. Fuck them all.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
So beautiful.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
As a soldier, you're expected to kill the enemy to survive. Guilt is a powerful emotion and could lead to feelings of suffocation and oppression.
My God, you're so wrong. Believe me, I would kill if it happened again. Violence is part of who I am.
Ben ik hem nu?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
I will be fine, as soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Sorry, sir. No admittance.
Oké, ik ga er wel naar
Oi!
boven.
You listening?
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away! Whoever you are!
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I insist you be quiet!
Son, do you not see? You are the healing balm.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and
I am your
everyone
champione. Campione.
Silence.
Silence, you fool. I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
What the fuck?
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
What the fuck? Me, you little fuck! Come at me, little bitch.
Killing's all you deserve.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
What a splendid house! Wow! Very, very pretty! Hoe lang zijn we eigenlijk al bezig met de stream? Ik weet het niet. Ashbury's Mansion! Het is opeens... licht.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient
Shit,
lineage.
I am ancient, bitches.
I felt this power radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who
It's
he
a
could
god!
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know
killing
is
everybody.
you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course, to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why, truly, did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
They have done nothing but impede my investigation since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
Fuck him!
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise.
Nani?
For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Call me Elizabeth, okay, my lady?
I appreciate the advice.
What the fuck are you doing?
I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things.
Ik wil ze outfit veranderen! Hij moet een zwarte jas hebben.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Oh. Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
Nani! This is some shit fuck. Ze zijn ancient vampires. Ja, eigenlijk niet ancient, maar onze maker is een ancient vampire. Dus even de registratie.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Maar ze dan die bossen omdat we een van de members hebben vermoord? Zo, ik heb het.
It's locked, all right. That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners. The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Ah, dat is een huisplekje. Oh!
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Dat hij altijd deed.
This
is ook niet aan
is
doen hoor. En de rest
despicable.
Dat je zelfs kan doen. Ik snap het niet.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. What happened here?
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude, Dr. Reed, since it is the most precious thing I possess.
Goodbye,
Shit,
Mr.
man,
Kimura.
serieus,
Take
bitch.
care.
Ik heb haat nodig. Hé, maar je fucking haat is smet. Ik dat lied daarmee is dat je dat
It's elite! Mind his teeth!
It's locked. The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Equality between men and women!
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
That was too easy to get there alone. Nani your bitch and you so home.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Oh, this fancy bitch.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Oh nee, wat heb ik gedaan? Gewoon naar buiten. That's precisely what I did. Oh my god, this fucking lay buiten. Ik zie je in de fuck. Oh, I'm not done. We must pretend to tell out. Voor dat creëren maar spelen. Het kan zijn dat ik het voor de volgende stream dat ik straks zeg. Dus ik denk ga spelen, weet je. Wacht mensen, ik moet even het video besturen. Oké, we gaan even zien. Weer even naar binnen. Eerst irritant aan het spel is dat elke keer als je naar ergens naar binnen wilt gaan, like dit, dat heeft het 200 jaar duurt. Oké, de Ashkelon Club. Oké, ik moet naar boven. Kan ik piano spelen? Nee. Oké, that guy op de vloer. Some data is on the floor. Yeah. The Ashkelon Club is an association of gentlemen secretly aiming for the protection of the crown's interests. I founded it in 1837. The honor and the perpetuate the legacy of my maker, William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke and true protector of England. All the members of the club must be of good extraction and flawless moral fiber. Since the club accepts mortal members who will be duly observed and valued as proper candidates for immortality, the goal of the club is to impose respectable traditions and behaviors amongst the good vampire society, but also to promote the expand the imperial hegemony of England. We are the true elite British society. We are Ashkelon, the holy lands held by Saint George's, protector of England. When the saints slew the dragon as lance bearers ourselves, we vow to defend the emperor's interest from the law of Ashkelon by Lord Redgrave, founder. This dude is ass. En dat ik daarna met de loot in deze huis. Dat is ook zo random dat oh, dat zou kan een goede zijn. Blood absorption. Wacht hoor. Blood absorption. Ja, dat kan nog goed zijn.
I cannot enter.
Dus is de andere kant. Ah, hier is nog money. Oh, kan je het looten? Ja, nice. Loot. Kan hier ook gewoon looten en hè? Dat is ook zo random hè, dan ga je iemands huis binnen en dan kan je alles beginnen looten. Oh ja, oei, dat wou ik niet.
Good evening. We repel the
My good friends, if I may have your attention.
Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bancher was no match for him.
Here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why are you suddenly so friendly? The last time I met one of yours, he tried to kill me.
Are you referring to Fergal? He was the most useful of servants, but he was just a servant. You, on the other hand, Doctor, proved yourself much more worthy.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
He's a god!
How dare you speak so flippantly of my family?
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
Fuck you,
I would like you to become a member of the
man.
Ascalon Club
You little
and to serve
fucking
me as
shit.
such.
The only thing you want is power.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news.
No!
Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
You wanna fight? Come here at me, you little fucking old man.
My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed.
Well,
Take
I'm
your
saying
place
Dinka could
among
leave
the
during
bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Dag.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign echoes. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
I was chased by a gigantic falcon 2 nights ago. I thought it was Fergal coming back, but no. That creature barely spoke English.
A disaster! How outrageous! He didn't even speak English! The fool! Die deur is wel nu open, omdat dat de deur is. Hier is dit nog papiertje. And as club members are, we always tend to do respect etiquette. We are in always members of good society, sometimes recognized as public figures. We do not find our delight in orgies and bloodbath. Like our adversaries assert we do, and if one of us were caught in such caricatured and immortal acts, he would receive the appropriate opprobrium punishment. But what about the blood? What about its recreational use? How could we deny the aesthetic the vermilion ambrosia brings us? And what else could we toast with? As any good friend should, to answer this delicate question, the law of conduct inside the club goes as follows. As long as the original mortal vessel is not brought inside our walls, each member is allowed to drink whatever he wants, for his own usage or to share it with friends. Drink what you want, deal the way you want it with the original vessel, but never inside the club unless I personally authorize it on some special occasion, of course. From the Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, the founder. Hallo, dat kijkt. Er is hier niets in dit ding. Are you flipping kidding me? Waarom heb ik dan die key van? En die deur gaat 2 kanten open, dus nice. Arthur Pebbleton.
Every night coordinating our defenses. Such an example. Lord Redgrave can play with the brave all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the pre-went in their hunt.
Wie is het? Lord Redgrave. Ah, wie is dat dan die hier zit? Unknown, wie ben jij? Old man?
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Aloysius Dawson.
Mr. Dawson? Of Dawson and Dawson. The wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
Money cannot solve every problem.
Yeah,
this mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected.
Als er één doorgeraakt, dan zijn we allemaal fucked.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear. A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs. And it needs it now.
We're
facing a crisis. But I'm shocked no one took the time to clean up the mess inside the club since we were attacked.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town.
Do it yourself!
Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Ik kan het nu vermoorden. Yonk. Yonk. Yonk yonk. Yonk yonk. Yonk yonk. Yonk yonk. Yonk yonk. Yonk yonk. Yonk. Yonk 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 yonk. We zijn al 2 uur bezig met dit spelletje te spelen, nice. Ja, 2 uur en een paar minuten.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Support the equality between men and women! Women die too in this war!
Huh?
Mine!
And the design issue here. Oh! That's ons huis. Are you flipping serious?
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
I'm currently investigating sources of the epidemic in this part of town. Do you know anything useful?
Not really, except all the MacPherson's servants resigned a few days ago. They feared becoming infected, they said.
The MacPhersons? Where do they live?
I think it's a rich house near the railway bridge in the southern part of the district.
Filthy rich!
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I am sorry I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
My man, going strong.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical changes.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Ja, rusthuis.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as
Kom nooit
soon
meer
as
terug.
possible.
Fuck jullie. Ik kom gewoon even mijn eigen huis leeghalen. I'm taking the money and I'm going away. Wat is dit voor rare hoek? Jezus, er zit toch raar iets in. Ah, waar is die moeder nu? Hè? Wat een klein huis. Oh, ja, nee, dat is een kamer, oké. Oh, dit is een leeg, denk ik.
hiding from your wife.
Your father and I have spoken about your fiancé, Mary. We believe he'll be an honorable husband for you. We'll set a date for the marriage then. That way, I'm sure one of my children will give me grandchildren. I understand your thirst for knowledge, Jonathan, and your father and I are proud of it. But you are not that young anymore, my son. When will I meet your soulmate?
Die vrouw wordt gestoord.
You can ascribe my romantic tendencies to my French origins if you want, Aubrey. But I'll never cease to believe in a match made in heaven, my beloved.
Wie is Aubrey nu weer? Oh, is dat niet...
I really wish you could meet her, Mother. You would love her.
Wie the fuck is Aubrey? Weer 3000 dinges. Wat ga ik erop upgraden, hè? Dat is allemaal level 5. Dan moet ik nog... Kijk naar level 5 worden. Wie zit daar nu weer? Reed Mansion, 4th of April 1908. My dear and beloved John, when you receive this letter you will be 35 and I'll be long gone. I feel a little silly writing you this letter, but that you won't read for a few years. I struggled for a long time about how best to write this until I remembered the puzzles and riddles I invented for you when you were a boy. Oh, how you loved to solve those enigmas. Well, I found it would be a good idea to propose to you one final game. I will probably be less rewarding, no candies or exotic treasures for you if you decipher the game this time. but the greatest treasure perhaps the truth. This is my only attempt for you to explain why I chose to leave my family without an explanation. If you want to know why simply play my little game, it's really up to you, my son. Rest assured that I love you. I promise my family was and still is everything to me. I remember the first time I held you and your sister in my arms. My treasures, my jewels. To see you grow up, play, and laugh filled my heart with joy. Every time I went back to our home, I could have killed to protect you, my son, my daughter, my wife, but fate found me in the end, and I had to make a tough decision. The worst was to disappear without the word. I decided to do it anyway. If you want to know more, all you have to do is remember how happy we were back in those days. If you want to find the next message, think green grass and tall trees on sunny Sundays. From her affectionate father, Aubrey Reed.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Mother?
Mother, good evening.
Jonathan! Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She's
gone, Mother.
She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I know I have failed you since I returned. I even watched you bury Mary from a distance. From now on, I will protect you. You have my word.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
Nee, dag, ik ga voor altijd weg. Ik ga nooit meer terugkomen. Haha. Jullie zijn allemaal losers. Ik vind jullie allemaal niet leuk. Oh nee, mijn voet slaapt. Ah, kut. Oh. De noodletter.
Jonathan, my dear, bring me my glasses. I feel like reading.
And I feel like you have to shut the fuck up, you little old hag.
It's locked.
sure visiting Italy is a good idea this time of the year.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
It has been such a long time since I last...
It's locked.
Iedereen zegt Avery. Nee, niet Avery. Mijn game is geërrord. Ja, mensen denken dat de stream over is hoor. Dus de game is crashed, dus ik ga het hier eindigen. Dankjewel voor het kijken. Hopelijk had je plezier met het kijken. Het is een raar iets om te eindigen. Maar ja.